Hey everybody, this is Chris. I want to show you my subwoofer for my audio system. It's a Logitech X Bar 30. You know, it was a good one back in the day, but it's a little on the screwed up side. Leaks air all around. But I'm making this video to show you can have a decent sounding system on your computer without having to go out and buy all kinds of, spend a lot of money. I got nothing in my sound system. I got this set up for free. It's got a little rust on the front right there and stuff. It's an 8-inch subwoofer. It actually doesn't sound too bad. I'll give you guys a couple minutes. Please turn down your volume because the bass is gonna get a little deep. What I'm gonna show you is this is like what the bass tone would be like if you just had it in a normal room. And then when I put it up, let me get some extra light on here. Once I put it up underneath that cabinet, the bass response is going to get hit low. So what happens is, when I stick it in there, I got the bass port facing towards the back of that wall. And then I have the speaker facing up towards the top of the shelf. So what I'm doing is, I'm building a bandpass. It's half-assed, excuse my language, but it's still doing the same thing. It's making the efficiency of the speaker better. So what it's doing is just putting the back wall's putting more load on the air that's coming out of the front port, which actually sets the frequency, because you come in different lengths and you get different frequencies out of them, from like 25 hertz, 50 hertz, 80 hertz. It's all tuned by the bass port. So it's putting more restriction on the back of that speaker, and then the space between the top of the shelf and the top of the speaker is creating force. So when it's coming up, it's got pressure, and then when it's coming down, it's producing more pressure, which is hitting the back of the wall, making it travel up and out. So now it's using this whole area in here as one big chamber. Since this is a smaller area, you're gonna get a better bass response. It's like when you're up in the mountains and you got the echo. You're not that loud, but when you shout in the echo, it makes everything so much louder. It makes your voice more efficient. It's the same thing with what this is doing. I'm gonna demonstrate now. Like I said, warning. I would turn your radio down. It's not gonna be loud, but it hits low. And the difference, just like I said, from being in a room like this and underneath there is a massive difference. Let me show you. I can't crank it up real loud because of my house, but it's going to sound a lot louder than what it really is. It's going to sound loud in here, but you can barely hear it out of my room. Just give me a minute, guys. Starting the track now. Like I said, don't sound too loud. But now, just listen as I put it in there, the difference. the basics. Like I said, see how pressure so everything can work more efficiently. Most people don't know the placement of your speakers are the most important thing. Like I said, I mean, listen to the sound quality. I mean, if I turned it up more, it would hit a lot harder, but I can't, so I'm not going to. But basically, I just put some more. Flip the screen over. I put more bonded on here. So now I'm going to start leveling this off. I want to show you guys how I do it. I want to take my good old sanding stick. Whenever you're sanding that stuff, you want to use something flat. Because if you grab sandpaper like this, if you don't have your hands perfectly straight, which I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can get waves in because it's not perfectly straight. That's why you're always better off using sanding blocks on everything. Because like if you're doing a straight panel, you want something hard. If you're doing like a curved area, then you want kind of like a spongy block. So it's still firm where it can flex around the curves and sand like you want it to, but at the same time you got a flat surface to keep everything nice and uniform, so you're not screwing body work up. All I did was my sanding stick was normally it has a belt that wraps all around here. It broke, so, and plus it was beat. So I just took some sandpaper, cut in small strips. Put so it lays flat on here and tight. Gonna take a binder clip. And that's it. Holds it on there and I can see it nice and flat. Plus binder clips are also good for putting on shelves, and you can use a paper clip to be able to hang stuff off your shelves. When you work on models, you can never have too much room to hang stuff. Basically all I do is hit with some, I think this is 80. Because the sandpaper wasn't marked in grits, it was marked in like medium, fine. So I used to love 3M sandpaper, but I'm not a big fan of it anymore. Doesn't cut as good, doesn't cut long. So 3M let me down on sandpaper. I used to go out and spend extra money just to get 3M sandpaper. It was so good. It wouldn't, see all that white stuff? It's starting to clog up with like fillers and buy material. Those stuff didn't do that. And like this is actual. This is emery cloth. That's why it's so rough. And this is actual sandpaper. The purple is the actual glue, and then the white is the actual sanding paper, and goes by real quick, which shouldn't happen. And if I was sanding on miles, on a real car, I'd be going through thousands of dollars in sandpaper. I mean, just this I've gone through enough. But I got the tape on here, Tech, the finished surface, and so I know where I'm done. But you just basically keep sanding and checking. Over here, grab your straight edge, right now I'm just trying to hit the massive amount of low spots out. It's not necessarily gonna be perfect. Right now I'm just trying to get flat, and I can just keep going back, filling it till it's nearly perfect. And then when it's just got a couple of flaws here and there, I'll hit it with some, the purple paper, the 220, and then I'll go ahead and just check it one last time. And if I'm happy it's just got a couple little mess ups, I'll take, and then I'll just go over it with filler. If this is a couple little just a couple little imperfections, that's what the putty's for. But so all I do is just keep working it down like that, and as you can see, it takes forever. Right now I'm waiting on more bonded to come in. I just ordered the limited edition kit, which this time it comes with two of the normal the one is a European style, so instead of the tube being all squeezable like that, it's just got two places where you put these two fingers, and it has a hard case over it. This way, you don't accidentally just make a mess with it. But everything else is the same. And it comes with the standard one that's just a round squeezable pen like this. And then it has this new one. It has a bigger light in it. It's facing actually out forward instead of being, you have to turn it around like this. The LED is right here, so you can just cap it, hit the light, and then everything goes from there. It's a bigger light, so I ordered that. See how that works out. I'm still working on a few other little things with it, trying to figure out what spectrum the light is so I can make a bigger rail of lights, because when you're doing stuff like this and you can only do these little tiny spots at a time to start curing it, that adds into the build time quite a bit. If I have a light where I can spread, bond it from here to here. Just put one light on it like that. Let it sit there and cure. Then it'd be getting a lot more done. So, I've been doing research and not too. The company won't tell you exactly what spectrum the light is. And there's only a couple spectrums it can be, so I don't see why they won't tell you, but it is what it is. I mean, apparently it's not a trade secret because everybody's doing it. I know there are LED blacklight lasers. And I think the only difference between because they're a full spectrum or lower spectrum light. It's UVB and C. Because UVA doesn't do nothing. It has radiation that can hurt you. UVB and UVC is what tans you. UVC is the nasty stuff that our atmosphere is supposed to block out, because that's stuff that gets you sunburns. And they also use them. They're special. They're called clean room lights. They're basically just the lower spectrum of the ultraviolet C, and they will mess your DNA up, and they're really nasty. So I'm trying to figure out how low I have to go without having to go into that dangerous spectrum. I used to have reptile, so I was big on lights for a while. I forgot most of it. I was in with all the hardcore reptile people. One of the top magazine. She didn't really like me too much, but she was one of the top reptile people in the world. She had like a barn full, house full of iguanas and all kinds of stuff. Out in the barn, she had poisonous animals, but she was an expert. She dealt with zoos. She wrote books. Her name was Melissa Kaplan. If you got a reptile, her work's worth reading. Unfortunately, I believe she passed away, but she was a brilliant person. She was like, when you bought books, you bought hers because she had the most recent data. A lot of the books you buy from like pet stores, if you look at the age of the books, they're like 10 years old, and the information's so old. Like, you can still get books in the pet stores to tell you green iguanas can eat mice, which they can't. The meat protein kills their kidneys. At the time the book was written, that's what everybody thought. So it's like one of those things where you gotta be careful. But like I said, that's why I was in with the top people. And that's how I had to learn about the UV lights. Because the animals need, certain UV spectrums. Different species need different light. And the bulbs degrade real fast. Like the fluorescence usually only lasts 6 months. I was buying the best lights in the world, which what's called Mega Ray, and I paid a good amount of money for them. But like I said, these were what the zoos and stuff were using because they were the best. You didn't buy no better. And my animals always got the best of the care. They lived better than I did. They had mansions. So now, I gotta add some more bind it here, which I'm about to do. And then I'll try to make another video tonight letting you guys see some of the finished product. I should have hopefully this whole rail done tonight by the time I make the next video at least. Alright guys, have a good afternoon, and I'll talk to you guys later.